Laysha was determined to go with him. She was terribly uncomfortable staying at home, especially after the shooting, but it was also dangerous for Caleb to meet this guy alone. However, after finding the dead body and then being shot at, she didn't want to be separated from Caleb at all. Not to mention the fact that they still hadn't settled their future. If he was leaving in a few days, she wanted to spend as much time with him as she could. She got up, let the dogs out of the spare room, gave them some food scraps. As she watched them eat, she asked, "Do we take any?" At that, Grainer walked up to her and put his muzzle against her hand. She bent down and gave the great big dog a gentle cuddle. "You should stay here," she said. "You've worked hard all your life. You get to just relax for the last year." "I forgot how big he is," Caleb said. "Standing up like that, he sure shows his heritage." "I know, and he's still such a big watchdog." "But he didn't notice the shooter," he murmured. "How could he? The shooter was outside at the far edge of my property, and Grainer was probably sleeping in the guest room where we locked him in, and he should be sleeping by now, after I fed them all properly." She got up and quickly fed all the dogs. As she looked at the 3 smaller ones, she asked Caleb again, "Do you want to leave them inside or take some with us?" "I don't know what their reaction will be to the war dog, if we find him," he said. "It might make us appear less scary if we have them with us." "Good enough." She looked at the 4 dogs, all the dog food bowls empty now, and hesitated. "Why don't we take the 2 smaller males? Fancy over there, the Pomeranian, has a sore foot." "We'll leave her with Grainer," Caleb said. He walked over to Grainer, gave him a gentle scratch at the neck. The dog wagged his tail, looked up at him, and walked to the front door. Caleb frowned. "Grainer seems to think he should come with us." She hesitated. "He could have the back seat," she said. "He doesn't usually want to go anywhere." "Well, if he wants to, I'm not against him coming," he said. "When you think about it, maybe he knows something we don't." "Well, he shouldn't be seeing any action," she said. "That would make me very unhappy." "And yet," he said, "it's a good thing. It's what he wanted. It's what he would want. I'm not saying that we'll see any action today or that we'll see anything difficult or unpleasant. However, if he wants to come and if he thinks he should come, I believe we should let him. If he needs to go to battle one more time," he said, looking at her, "who are we to take away his last fight?" She winced at that. "I'm not ready to lose him at all." "You might not be," he said, "but that time frame isn't yours to decide." "I know," she said. "It'll be deadly whenever it happens." "Would you prefer to get up one morning and find him dead on the couch, or rather have him go into one last battle and be what he is, which is a protective guard dog?" He reached out a gentle hand and squeezed her fingers. "Still, as a warrior, it's what he would want." "He was hardly a warrior," she protested, but relented when Caleb opened the door and Grainer bounded forward. "And yet he seems like he's got so much life in him yet," she murmured. "Lying around on the couch isn't always the best thing," he said. "Grainer's got to stay nimble, fit, and healthy." "I know that," she murmured, "but I let him do it for so long now. Let's load up." She took her 3 males, the 2 Heinz 57 mixes that she'd gotten from rescues over the years, Callie and Max, and Grainer. She left just 1 at home. But then Fancy had a sore foot, and it was probably better to leave her at home, although Laysha felt guilty. They all were in Caleb's rental truck now, and he drove them down the driveway. "You don't take them everywhere, do you?" "No," she said, as she fastened her seatbelt. "I do leave them home a lot." "It's good for them to be accustomed to both," he said in that non-committal voice. "Yeah," she said, "but they were also my saving grace all the years that I was working my way through the marriage and the divorce," she said, "so I'm very aware of how many emotional needs they helped me deal with." "Good to hear," he said. "We all need someone, and honest to God, if that someone for you is 4-legged, I think it's often the best thing." "True," she said with a smile. "And that's something you didn't have, did you?" "No," he said, "not at all." Once on the road, the conversation turned back to the dog that he was looking for. "What will you do if you find Beowulf?" "I'm not sure at this point," he said. "Contact my bosses, of course, and they'll probably contact the War Dogs department and see what options there are." "Poor dog," she said. "To spend years in military service and heavy training, then to be retired and seemingly kicked out of a life that he knew well